Coming up on Bear News.
We should not have to be suffering because of a man that's too busy acting like a chap.
No kings, no crowns. Northern Colorado joins a nationwide movement. Your local look at the rallies in Fort Collins and Greeley.
I have learned so much doing improv in my day-to-day life.
UNC students take to downtown to showcase their comedy skills. And we'll catch up with track and field and sports. Bear News starts now. Happy Monday, Bears. I know the weekend started off pretty chilly, but the sun's been out, the birds have been chirping, and my name is Jalen Lee.
And my name is Alicia Flores, and I hope you guys have had a great weekend. And if you're feeling like you're ready for a break again, don't worry, we are only 40 days away from summer.
Only 40 days? Oh my goodness, I can't wait. I can't wait to have my toes in the sand, my hair blowing in the wind, you know, all that. You get it? You get it?
All right, well, let's settle down now. We still have a show to do, and them 40 days aren't coming any sooner.
Yeah, that's true. I guess you're right. Well, I guess it's safe to say.
Welcome to Bear News. Another round of the No Kings protest took place Saturday. Bear News reporter Graham Taskerud and TJ Gurney went to check out the action.
Here at the third No Kings rally at Civic Center Park in Fort Collins, protesters gather behind me. Let's go hear what they have to say. Among Fort Collins attendees, one thing is constant: the belief that protesting is important. Army veteran Don Gorley knows the necessity of speaking out in times of strife.
People need to speak out. They need to show others who are maybe of the same inclination that there is an outlet, there's something they can do that's positive, and I hope that it'll encourage people to come out and do their thing as well.
Gorley doesn't stand alone. Loveland-born Barb Pursley has seen Northern Colorado take huge steps forward in her lifetime, only to see it all come undone under the Trump administration.
Last few years have seen things go backwards, and I feel it's important that for humanity, for my grandchildren, for all of us, that we use our voices.
Aside from providing a platform, protests allow space for community bonds to strengthen, an aspect that longtime Fort Collins resident David Quigley appreciates.
Personally, I think it gives us a chance to recharge, to be around other people who are like-minded, to kind of refill our resistance cup, so to speak.
But why exactly are these people here? They all have their own reasons, some more personal than others. For Gorley, it's about deconstructing a stigma.
So many people feel that veterans support Trump and MAGA. I don't understand the logic behind that. There is no logic, but I don't find that to be the case, and I certainly don't. I spent 21 years in the Army. I have no use for Trump. I have no use for MAGA. The hatred, the ignorance, it bothers me.
For Pursley, it's about her protecting her right to exist without fearing for her life.
I have been carrying my passport with me since February of last year. I've never done that. And now I'm terrified because it doesn't matter that I could get pulled over because I am brown.
While Gorley and Pursley have deeply personal reasons to be here, Quigley shows support for a return to a government he believes in.
I believe in the system, I believe in the country, I believe in the democracy, and until we have representation that honors those things, those of us are, like myself, are committed to continue to protest.
Despite the need for protesting, some people are scared. Pursley knows that fear, but she also knows the empowerment.
People might be afraid, but as you come here and you see the community, and that the first one I did, I feel alone. And then I came here and I saw that I am not alone. There are a lot of people that are just as worried, just as fearful, just as angry, disappointed, and sad.
Quigley wants people to do what they feel comfortable doing, even if that means avoiding the protests.
We have a granddaughter, does not feel safe coming to protests, and I honor that, absolutely. And so everybody's got to find their own way to resist and to make their voice known in a way that they feel safe.
Regardless of their reasons for showing up, No Kings attendees all share a love for community and fighting for what they believe in. That's been a look at the preamble to the No Kings rally in Fort Collins. Now, let's throw it over to TJ Gurney and see how the march is going in Greeley.
Thanks, Graham. I'm down here just outside of Lincoln Park, down in downtown Greeley, where you can see behind me that the march has just gotten started, but the festivities have been going long before this. And that's just one example of the chants filling the air on this crisp Saturday morning. Dozens of people gathered together to practice their freedoms. And just as important as the individuals are the speakers who rally everyone together and remind them that this effort is far from a solo task.
It is, yeah. It's really, really awesome to see. It's really, really awesome to see the crowds, the lines of people in the marches, all the signs. It's really, really fun.
To say lines of people is an understatement. Sidewalks swelled with protesters as they surrounded the Lincoln Park area and took to the streets. And beyond the park was checkpoints, complete with snacks and even flowers to motivate people to keep on moving. Homemade signs, chants, and music filled the air. But these sounds are much more intentional than you might think.
There's a lot of data that shows that singing in groups does a tremendous amount for mental health. It's one of the reasons that music has been core to American politics really since at least the 1950s and 1960s. And then, you know, sort of lyrics and art are always kind of some of the ways that we express ourselves, and so that's pretty fun too.
And in a time where division is more prominent than ever, protests like these serve as a reminder that a community is much stronger in numbers. And there was even an open mic that attendees could sign up for, encouraging people to share their thoughts and connect with those around them. On the outside, it's easy to pass this off as another weekend protest, but the impact is much greater for the community at large.
It's really individuals just showing up. I've got skills, you've got skills, we bring them together and make it happen. Just want to thank the community of Greeley for showing up and showing out.
And with that, the protest is over. People have packed up their tables, put away their signs, and have left the park. But even after they're long gone, the message still remains. This has been TJ Gurney with Bear News reporting from Greeley.
Thank you, Graham and TJ. And it seems like the protest brought a large crowd.
A tragic start to the weekend as two brothers are dead following a violent chain of events Saturday morning. Police rushed to 20th Street where a man was seen running east with a knife. They opened fire after the man charged at the officers in an attempt to block his path. Investigators say that prior to the incident, the suspect stabbed his brother at his grandparents' house. One officer sustained minor injuries while the brothers were pronounced dead at the hospital.
If you've taken a drive past Ames Community College lately, you might have seen some construction going on. This fall, they will be opening their new Workforce Innovation Center, and the college is developing a new academic pathways to integrate 3D printing equipment and operations into existing programs. This will not only help students, but will create new jobs, homes, and lower the cost of construction.
A passenger on a Frontier flight made a verbal bomb threat after the plane landed in Ohio. Security and law enforcement decided to move the flight to a remote location to prevent any possible catastrophe while investigating. The threat is said to come from an unruly passenger and was not credible. While some believed it was a hijacking, the spokesperson for the Atlanta police said that it is not currently being treated as one. The FBI has now taken over the case.
We're going to take a little break, but when we come back, we're going to hear from our sports reporter, Savannah Amek, about how the track team is doing, our student government, and if you need a good laugh, keep watching. We'll be right back.
There I was, 16, divorced, remarried with a baby, another on the way, and I could barely read or write. Getting my high school diploma was a catalyst I needed. Now I have a bachelor's, a master's, and I became a teacher. When I look at all these success stories, I could not help but think it all started by getting my high school diploma.
When you graduate, they graduate. Visit finishyourdiploma.org to find free and supportive adult education centers near you.
Big moments on the track and a strong start to conference play on the diamond. I'm Savannah Amek, here with your latest Bears Roundup. Softball picked up its first Big Sky Series moment of the season this weekend with a 9-1 win over Sacramento State. The Bears broke the game open early, led by Amiley Morales, who launched a grand slam in the second inning. Ella Gonzalez was also hot on the plate, getting a hit in all three of her at-bats. Over in Fort Collins, UNC Track and Field had a record-setting start to its outdoor season at the Jack Christiansen Invitational on Saturday. The biggest highlights came from the jumpers. Freshman Kamaria Corder broke UNC's triple jump record with a mark of 42 feet 3 inches, while senior Tyler Rogers set a men's long jump record of 25 feet. Now, I don't know who's been keeping up with March Madness, but some things aren't adding up on the women's side. In the UConn versus Notre Dame Elite 8 game, some of the nation's best shooters went ice cold from 3 as tight rims and unusual bounces are throwing even stars off their game. We're talking less than 20% shooting averages from deep. Notre Dame didn't even hit a 3 until only 7 minutes remained in the game. So the question is, are the rims really the problem, or are players just getting in their own heads? Either way, as teams fight for a spot in the NCAA championship, every shot and every miss is under the spotlight. Coming up this week, men's golf heads to Wyoming, baseball heads to Tulsa, and softball to Montana, And track and field splits the weekend with some Bears headed to Stanford and others staying in Boulder. For more information, visit UNC Athletics at uncbears.com. Now, let's head back over to Alicia and Jalen.
Thank you, Savannah. And maybe this weekend I'll go ahead and turn on some ESPN Plus.
You know, maybe I will too. But something that hits close to home, though, is the student government. The SGA met at Missionary Library to talk to students about the importance of voting. Right in the entryway, you can talk to SGA candidates about their policies and what they hope to change. This comes as one of their 3 open forum events, the next one held on April 3rd in the TK Courtyard. Students were able to ask questions, but for those who didn't have the time, were able to slip one into the suggestion box. Voting opens on April 6th and closes on April 10th at 5 p.m.
Well, if you're ending the show off with some levity and comedy, Chaos Improv took the stage at the Moxie over the weekend, and as one of the longest standing clubs, they specialize in quick thinking and crafting the perfect punchline. Typically, they rehearse and perform right here on campus, but once a year, Chaos partners with the downtown music venue for a chance to do their improv games and bring laughter to all of Greeley.
This year we reached out to them. We asked if they'd be interested in collaborating together again. And so we're here. We're in a larger space, a larger venue with a bigger capacity. And we're able to connect more with the community here in Greeley instead of just the community on campus, which is really cool.
Now, I'm going to be real. That looked pretty interesting. You want to try some of that yes and improv right here?
I mean, sure, why not?
Yes and. Well, I'm the best anchor in Colorado.
Yes, and I'm the best anchor in the nation.
I see what you did there. Well, yes, and that must mean that we are the best college anchors UNC has ever seen.
Yes, and it's time to wrap up this show. I hope you enjoyed our show today.
And I will see you all on Wednesday.
Bye.
Bye.